What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Creative podcast. It's your boy Bobby here. Man, I really wanted to cover the World Series before Game 1 got started tonight. Before I get into it, please like, subscribe, comment. We love on all the feedback. We're back. We're doing it big. We're getting it in. But let's dive right into it. So right now in the World Series, we got the Phillies and we got the Astros. Man, let me tell you something about these Astros. These Astros have no equipment. You know, 4 out of the last 6 years. 4 out of the last 6 years, they've been back to the World Series. Obviously, they're the dominant team in the American League, but even to admit the cheating scandals. But I've already kind of touched about it on the podcast. But again, they're just a dominant team, man. The one thing I like about the Astros again is that they actually build their team. They have a great farm system, so they don't rely on just one player. It's really with them, every piece matters. So, but the Philadelphia Phillies, man, they're hot. You know, they're coming in. It's a wild card team, a team that didn't win 100 games during the year, but they're hot. And usually, you know, but in sports, you know, wild card teams like that that come in and they're winning. You got to give them a shot. So I mean, they beat some pretty good teams. But so tonight, man, I'm gonna give you my picks. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna do game by game analysis at the end of each game. We're gonna talk about it, dive a little bit into it, and I would love to hear your responses, comments, feedback. But I want to make sure I get my pick in before. So let's dive into it. Let's pull this up. All right. So, courtesy of ESPN, and thank you for the graph and the data, ESPN. I was coming through with the clutch, but yeah. So here I'm in Houston. So in Houston, I mean, it's almost as if they're expected to go to the playoffs every year. But for the record, I'm not a Houstonian. I'm a Boston. I'm from Boston. Raised in Philly, so I should be I guess a Phillies fan, but no, I'm a Red Sox fan. So I was happy when the Astros took the Yankees out because we all know we hate the Yankees. But hey, here in Houston, it's buzzing. They're ready for the Astros tonight to obviously take Game 1. Let's see. So the odds favorite right now is look. So they got the Astros winning 61.5 chance of winning. So the thing is, with the Astros again, and I've talked about this in the past. Just a well-balanced team. They got great pitching, they got great hitting, and their defense. It's the one thing that doesn't get talked about in baseball enough because it's not flashy. Home runs are flashy. Pitching is another thing in baseball. Pitching's not really flashy, but pitching is something that obviously it's respected in baseball. So people love great, solid pitching. But defense, I've always loved defense. Myself, I love baseball. Baseball, my favorite sport. I played center fielder, and I've loved when you got a defender making a hell of a catch if it's diving or if it's jumping for a ball, whatever it is. But anyways, the Houston Astros really have a great defense. So I think there was a stat in here. Yep. See, there we go. So 3 reasons why Houston can win: the bullpen, the relievers. They lead the majors in ERA during the regular season, and they're flat out dominant. Number 2, again, like I talked about the deep, they have a defensive advantage. And number 3, oh yeah, moxie. And that's what I talked about earlier in the video as far as that never die attitude. They're never going to go nowhere. Never going to go nowhere. They just play. They play like a team. You know, they're like the Golden State Warriors. You know, they're just they got great players on the team, but it takes more than just Steph Curry and Klay Thompson Draymond Green to win a championship. You need a unit behind you. That's why I say they got that moxie. I get that to them. But again, number two, that defensive advantage. I mean, as you can see, man, like I said, they are a really good, sound defensive team, just all the way around. Let's go down. So let's talk about where they're vulnerable at. So where they're vulnerable at is because Bryce Harper. He's pretty good because Bryce Harper is obviously a lefty, and Kyle Schwarber. They are pretty dominant against he's pretty good against left-handed pitchers. Excuse me, left-handed pitchers. And the Astros. When it comes down to baseball, it gets real strategic. Against lefties and righties, at where you're going to place the batting lineup and stuff like that. So, but as you can see, like again, the vulnerabilities for the Astros, it's not a lot. It's not a lot, and I think that's why they have such a huge. I don't know the points, but they said like damn near half 61.5. That's why they got, the odds are more in their favor. And then they've been there before, so this is the Phillies. They've been here, the Phillies, since 2009. It's been a long time. Let's scroll up a little bit more. Scroll down. We're not going to get into everything. But this is just, like I said, I want to do a quick video just saying that give me my picks before, and then we'll do the deep analysis by game. Phillies. Look at the Phillies odds. That's low. 38.5 chance of winning. Woo! Woo! Man, look at that. 38.5. So, again, 3 reasons why the Phillies can win. Their lineup. So, like I talked about in the past video, their pitching. The pitching is respectable. It's not dominant like the Astros, but it's respectable. And obviously, they're in the World Series. Their pitching is pretty good. The defense is great. But what's really got them to the World Series, propelled them, is the hitting. I mean, like it's number one in the lineup. The Phillies' offense is peak right now. Their slugging percentage is way up. So it doesn't have the data, but I know the data. The slugging percentage it's up by 30 to 40%. I mean, that's just insane. Nobody had the Phillies even making the playoffs. But thanks to the first year in, basically like what basketball did with the play-in system, they allowed. Basically a wild card team of, to make it more exciting, which in my opinion, actually, look, it's working. You got a team that nobody thought that would even be in the playoffs, and let alone be in the World Series, and look where they're at. And they dominate the playoffs. But so yeah, their offense is one of their reasons they can win. The ballpark, the Phillies are 5-0 this postseason. And that's not a coincidence. So I'll tell you this about Philly. I know that for sure. I know it's in the article, but Phillies fans, if it's the Eagles, which the Eagles are 7-0 right now, or 6-0, they're undefeated. You got the Flyers, which are doing pretty good, the hockey team. I mean, Eagles fans, it's the city of brotherly love. I mean, Eagles fans are just, I would have to say, the best. And they can be probably a little nutty sometimes, but they really ride or die for their team. So, hey, when Russell Wilson was with the Seahawks, I don't know if they still claim that, because I don't really see it like that with the Seahawks, the 12th man. They don't promote it as much, and they probably do. I might not keep track of the Seahawks, but I mean the Phillies, as far as that 12th man of how that mantra they do in Seattle, the Phillies 12th man really is. Well, I'm gonna say 12th man, but the Phillies, let's see, 10th man, because there's 9 players in the baseball. 10th man, let's say it like that, is the fans, man, because man, the fans are really, they get behind their team, and I know the city of Philadelphia is gonna be nuts. And they got mojo, and this is the thing. I think that the thing I like about this series, is both teams have that moxie and that mojo. They have it together, So even though I know a lot of people are giving the Astros a little bit more because they've experienced, they've been there 4 out of the 6 years. They're more of a complete sound team. But let's not forget, this is how the Astros made their run. When they first started, nobody's seen where they're coming from. So, and they had that moxie. They had that, look, we're going to come through here and we're going to show you who we are. And I truly think the Phillies are doing that. I think they're going to do that. You don't run through the National League the way they did without, having some type of moxie, some type of mojo. You don't. With some type of that grit. So I think it's going to be a great series. I think it's going to go down to me personally. Wait a minute before I give you my pick. Phillies are vulnerable at. Again, like I said, Houston's pitching. Now, Houston pitching, you got the ace over there, which he's not too much of the ace like he was, but he's still Houston fans gonna kill me, so maybe not say it like he was, but he's the ace. Let me stop talking. Justin Verlander. But Houston's pitching is just going to be it could be a problem for the Phillies. But again, the Phillies their bats are alive. They are active, and it's been active since the playoffs started. So that's why I'll give the Phillies a chance. But yeah, I really think that this is going to be one of I don't want to say one of the best series, but I think it's going to be probably up there, maybe top 10, top 15. I think it's going to go 7 games. I'm taking the Phillies, and not because I'm not a homer, but like I said earlier in the video, I have a lot of family. I was raised in Philly, but I am going to take the Phillies in 6 games. 6 games. But yeah, so I think the Astros are going to they're going to play hard. They're going to show up. They're going to battle. They're battle tested. The thing with the Astros, you could be up 20-1. It doesn't matter. In the 9th inning, they're going to come back and they're going to make it a contest. But I just think the Phillies can match. They can match their energy. I do think that. And the great thing about sports, it comes down to it doesn't matter how great you are. It doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's what you're doing right now. So, well, this is my pregame pick. Like I said, I'm gonna keep. We're gonna do. It's gonna be me. I know I'm gonna be on after each game. Adrian and Jeff, they'll be on as well, and we're gonna cover this World Series game by game. So, get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Who you think is gonna win the World Series? Like I said, I'm taking the Phillies in 6. This is your boy Bobby. It's been great talking with you boys. Not boys, girls as well, because I know girls watch baseball, but it's been great with you guys. Get in the comments, like, subscribe, stay active with us. We're gonna stay active with you. Peace.